The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Greider. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing week, that as we're coming here to the end of May, just starting June, we are almost halfway through the year, and it's a great time to pause, take a breath, and really look at where we are and where we're wanting to go. It's a great time to check in and see, am I moving forward on the things that matter most to me? Am I living that thriving life that I'm looking forward to, that I'm excited to be stepping forward in? Do I have a big vision that I'm leaning into and excited about, maybe even a little bit stretched, a little bit nervous, but excited to be moving towards? This is a great time to pause and check in on those types of things. And today, I have two amazing women empowerment leaders that are experts. They have big vision, and they are willing to take action on those big visions that they have to move them forward. They're willing to take a leadership role in their life, to step forward, take action, to be seen and serve the world powerfully. So I'm very excited to be sharing them with you today. I know you're going to appreciate their passion, their wisdom, and their heart around really moving forward in a thriving way in your life. Because you matter. Your voice, your heart, who you are, your gifts and talents are absolutely needed in this world. No one else can bring forward what you are called to bring forward. And so we're very honored to have you joining us today as we lean in and take a look at these things together. We look at our vision. We look at where we're wanting to go. And how does leadership play a part of that? And doing a check-in. It's so easy to get busy in life, to move from one thing to the next, cross things off our list, and we forget to pause. We forget to check in. We don't always carve out time for us as well as we are as strong as we are at carving out time for others. So these are all great things to pause and take a look at. So I celebrate you carving out time today for you. This show is absolutely here to serve you on your walk, to help you go where you're called to go. We want to help equip and empower you. So here's how you can really lean into the show and get the most out of it. So one, you want to make sure that you are focused, you are fully present in here. Great way to do that is to take a big grounding breath. And here's an extra credit bonus tip. When we go to those commercial breaks, I invite you to, instead of running off and trying to grab a few more things or cross a couple more things off your list, to instead stay very present. Actually listen and process the information that we're sharing with you. See what pieces you're going to take forward with you as you go back out into the world. I really want to carve out this time for you. And as you're sitting there during those 2-minute breaks that we have in between the shows segments, it's a great time to check in. to actually listen to the commercials that we have. They're there for you, I promise. The commercials have updates on programs and information that we feel will serve you. We want to keep you in the loop about things that we're bringing forward in television and in radio and around the world to help you step forward, to help you bring more of you to the world. And a lot of our sponsors are organizations and companies that believe in you. They believe empowering women, transforming lives is important. So much so, they're willing to put their brand and their name and their expertise behind it. They are absolutely leaning into you. So I encourage you that during those breaks, after you've had a moment to process, really take a moment to get to know these organizations and individuals that believe so powerfully in you. So here's the moment where we're going to actually connect heart to heart, breath to breath. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, both hands on the wheel, very focused. I want you no texting and driving. I want you here for our next show again and again. But just inwardly tune in. Those of you who are able to, I encourage you to put both feet on the floor, one hand on your heart, one hand on your head. Let's take a big belly breath together. And then close your eyes as you exhale. You're absolutely safe. One more big belly breath. And as you breathe out, like you're breathing out through a straw, this helps lower your cortisol, bring you very present, heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And in this space, I ask you, what is it that you need today? What is it that will encourage and empower you on your journey as you go forth in life? What is it that you need today? And receive that information. Beautiful. Come back into the room, fully present, eyes open, and I encourage you to actually write down whatever information it is that you received that you need today, that you're willing to actually be on an active lookout for, to bring into your life to receive. Wonderful. One more big breath. Great. And Sandra, I didn't know if you had something laid upon your heart that you would like to share with our listeners, just about 30 seconds to a minute.
You know, Rebecca, right now I'm feeling a lot of gratitude for the heart meditation you just did and to be with you here on your wonderful show and also to be part of the Voice America family. I'm just feeling my heart is filled with gratitude.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. I breathe that in.
Feels good.
Yeah, beautiful. Gratitude. How about you, Linda? Did you have something laid upon your heart?
Like Sandra, there was gratitude, but there was also joy after having spent a fantastic Memorial Day weekend honoring our serving members of the armed forces. I just feel joy, the fact that I can share and be with this phenomenal group of individuals and the people on the call today and be able to share vision and leadership.
Thank you. Well, we're excited to have you. And I want to thank you for the service you have given our country as well, you and your husband both.
Yes, thank you, Rebecca.
Absolutely. So let's breathe this in, joy and gratitude collectively. What a beautiful, rich mixture to breathe in together. And I was just pausing to see on my heart, it was really about connection and service. So I really want to be of a high level of service to each of you, connect powerfully as we spend our time together on this show. So let's breathe all of that in. And as we go into our first break here, I encourage you to really sit in this space and see what is laid on your heart. What is it that you're receiving, feeling, leaning into, or perhaps need more of? And when we come back, we'll start our next exciting interview to empower you on your walk and journey. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv. Presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that break, that pause, and took the opportunity to lean in and listen to what it is that you need today, to what is being laid upon your heart that you are willing to lean into, to celebrate, to say yes in your life. Well, as promised, I'm now switching gears as we lean into our discussion with the amazing Linda Patton. I know you heard her heart and her passion for leadership a little bit in our opening segment, but I wanted to take a chance to it's not a chance, I'm celebrating the opportunity to introduce Linda to you. And I want you to know a little bit of her background so that you really know the expertise that she is speaking from, and then we'll lean into our amazing discussion. So Linda is a leadership expert, entrepreneur, international speaker, best-selling author with over 40 years of experience helping women step into their natural leadership roles. And she is passionate about helping women live extraordinary, empowered lives. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Linda Patton to the show. Welcome.
Hey. Oh, thank you, Rebecca, so much. It's such an honor to be on this program and to be able to share with your audience. So thank you again for having me.
Very glad to have you here today. Now, I love to start the conversation in the heart, and I know you know that about me, Linda. I'm glad to have you back on the show.
Thank you.
But in that place, I would love to know why leadership is personally so important to you.
Rebecca, I I believe that women can change the world. And one of the ways, and probably the key way, is for us to step into leadership on a global level. And I've met so many women who find the word leadership to be a word that they never want to hear attached to their name. There's a real sense of being afraid of stepping onto that stage and stepping into leadership. And so I've worked with leaders in a number of different industries, and I find that sort of transcends. And I really wanted to help women to overcome that fear of being a leader and to step out of their reluctancy and into the power of being a true leader.
Beautiful. And can I dig just a little bit further in that? Because I know the work that you do helps women so powerfully, but why did that become something you cared so much about, that you've just dedicated so much time and energy towards it and helping women in this way?
Rebecca, I think it's stepping back into me being a reluctant leader. I had I hid behind the curtain and always put my clients up front and had them take the kudos and everything else, and really hid from behind the scenes and led that way. And I had a woman in a workshop who actually came up to me after an exercise and said, Linda, I thought you'd lead us in that exercise. It's just what I expect of you. And it was like, okay, there are so many things that women do on a day-to-day basis that are leadership quality, that I wanted to take those leaders and have them see what I saw as I stepped in, stepped up, stepped out, and owned leadership. And so it's wanting to make that transition. Plus, my target market, as you know, is with direct marketers. And I wanted them to get off the recruitment roller coaster and to begin retaining their working representatives through leadership and really building huge visions, great relationships, and that kind of thing, and really getting off that roller coaster.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I find so often the work that we do is tied to our personal experience and wanting to make what we finally discovered or learned or stepped into easier for those who come after us or those that we work with. So I love how that echoes in all that you do. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Sure. And I know that you touched on a couple of the things that we're going to be digging into today in your sharing there. And one was about vision. And I just want to make sure we're all on the same page, because I find people define vision differently. Do you mind sharing, when we talk about vision, what you mean by personal vision?
Having a personal vision statement is such a powerful piece. It's juicy, it's dynamic, it's wonderful. And for me, it meant looking at where am I going? In other words, what's the end of the journey? And then, your goals are the steps and the milestones to make that happen. So as you know, Rebecca, my vision wraps around Dornoch, Scotland, and living there and experiencing that at least 6 months out of the year. And then because my children have now all moved east, to do something in the Charlottesville, Virginia area. So I firmly believe, and this came out of a trip that I won, that vision has to incorporate all 5 senses. It can't just be a simple statement like, I want to make $645 more because my daughter's going to private school and I want to change the world. It's not enough. And so when I teach vision, I talk about what do you see? What's the vision? And I actually have the town of Dornoch, Scotland on an 8-foot print behind my reception desk. So I get to look at it every day and remember where I want to live and all of that. It involves hearing. So what are the sounds that you hear? What do you taste? What do you smell? How do you feel about being there? And there's just such a lusciousness about being in Scotland. The air, the water, everything. So when I teach vision and when I talk about vision, I'm talking about that really rich, dynamic, bold, vibrant look at where are you going and what are you going to see when you get there.
I love it. I love that it uses all of the different senses, because when we do that, there's a connection to where we're going. Yeah. It quickens your heart. There's a response as we pour in to our vision And we actually get excited about that. I love how you've brought it into your everyday life. So that's really beautiful, Linda. Beautiful. And I find vision when I have my vision and I keep it in front of me and I remember why I'm doing why I'm doing it and where I'm going with it personally and on a global level, because I have both personal goals as well as global goals of how I'm wanting to touch the world. It gives me clarity. It helps me know what to say yes or no to. And the yeses are those things that are going to get me closer to that. The no's are the things that are not really getting me closer. They might be a sidestep or they may actually be taking me further away. So I find that vision can really help focus us and give us clarity.
And I so agree, Rebecca, that does. It helps you to discern whether things that you're getting, opportunities that you're getting, move you forward, or whether, as you said, they knock you off track. So, yeah, right on.
Beautiful. Now, let's say we've created this powerful vision, so we kind of know where we're going.
Yes.
Life doesn't always go according to plan. We all have challenges, those things that can throw us off or change our perspective on things, and suddenly the way we were living life is different. It can be a loss. It can be all different kinds of things that can come into our life that can throw us a little off course. What is your advice around that regarding our vision and where we're trying to go when those challenges happen?
Rebecca, thank you for asking that question. I actually have a whole piece in my program called Weathering the Storm, which really deals with that whole life gets in the way kind of thing. When people say no to an opportunity that you have or whatever it might be, or as you said, a loss or whatever it might be. And I love the fact that the vision is sort of that beacon of light at the end of the tunnel, and that as long as I'm seeing that and focused on going there, I can create preventive plans so that I can prevent a lot of the little stuff that would knock me off track, and I can also have contingent plans in place that when those kinds of things happen, it helps me to get back on track as quickly as I can. And I think that's really, really important. But one thing that I want to say before you cut me off is it's so important. It's so important that we recognize that the vision statement isn't really carved in concrete, that there is the ability to shift and to change as life changes, as long as you continue to look at what the beacon is. It might morph. It might add some new, really creative, wonderful things
and I am going to have to cut you off, my Linda.
No, that's fine. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. But we will have a time at the end of the show if there's some additional wisdom you want to share with us. But I want to make sure that you share your amazing gift with us that you've prepared for our listeners. But I'll need you to do it in about 30 to 45 seconds.
Okay, real quickly, what I'm offering is the fact that leadership is around herding cats, and that it really takes strength and courage to know that. So what I have is a download of the first chapter of my book, The Art of Herding Cats, Leading Teams of Leaders. So you get a chance to begin looking at the fundamentals of leadership. And going along with that is a 30-minute strategic session with me where we'll actually look at where you are in leadership currently and what you need to do to move forward.
Wonderful. Thank you for making those gifts available. So, listeners, a wonderful opportunity to really explore the fundamentals of leadership and check in to see where you are. Are you stepping into leadership? Do you have clarity of your vision and kind of know where you're going? And I know that the first chapter of our book will really be supportive in helping you see where you are in those things. So I encourage you to lean into that. And then having the opportunity to talk with Linda to really get support is a great opportunity. So I encourage you to lean into that as well. Towards the end of the show, I promise to let you know how to access her amazing gift, as well as some of mine and Sandra's that we've put together especially for you today. So make sure to stay to the end. We are now getting ready to go into our next commercial break, or an opportunity for you to take a moment and pause and listen. And when you come back, we'll be talking with our next amazing expert. Look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that pause, that break, and got a moment to process and lean into vision and leadership and really see where you are in that and what you're wanting to lean into and take forward with you as you go back out into the world, bringing yourself forward. Well, as promised, we are transitioning to our next amazing guest expert named Sandra Reish, and I wanted to share a little bit about her. I know that you heard her heart and her gratitude that she was feeling in our opening segment, but I wanted you to have the formal background of her as well. She's a clinical director of the Montreal Center for Anxiety and Depression, co-director of Empowered Women's Workshops, and a radio talk show host of our family here on Voice America. So we're excited to have her as part of our family and to be speaking with her today. Her show is called Straight Talk with Sandra Reish. She's a best-selling author and passionate about empowering others in their life and in all that they do. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Sandra Reich to the show. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm incredibly honored and, as I said, grateful to be on your fabulous show, Rebecca.
Well, excited to have you here today, and I would love to start our conversation with why. Why this work of empowering others and really helping them move forward so powerfully is important to you personally.
Well, there's so many different levels. It's been a journey, and it started, I would say, as young as 10, as being very interested in the concept that we're here to evolve, which led me into psychology. Empowerment came later because I kept seeing women in my office and myself struggling with the same traps over and over and over again. And I saw there was a common theme that we're in this together. And maybe the answers also come from us, from women to women. And that's how Empowered Women Workshop started. And it seems like women have so much to give, but they're maybe emptying their pockets too much. And giving is great, but we have to keep a little bit for ourselves or we end up in a lot of trouble. So that's been really the vision. And as I taught it, I learned it myself and transformed my own life.
I love this because it actually, well, a few reasons. It feeds in right into the next question I had for you. But secondly, I love that you learned it as you were helping others and you were able to do it for yourself. And that is so critical to know how to take care of ourselves too, so that we're not giving and serving from this place of depletion, but really this place of overflow where we're fully nourished. So I love that you have discovered that and are sharing that with so many others. Now, the question I wanted to dig into is how you found your own empowerment. You shared a little bit of that, but I wanted to see if there was anything else in your heart you wanted to expand on in that journey.
Great question. I grew up, like many women, learning a lot about the concept of love and learning a lot about the concept of giving to others. And I became what's known as a caretaker. And professionally, I went into a profession where I professionally do take care of others. And what I started to find out, and what was really relevant to me, is that as women, we're socialized to be caretakers. And yet the secret wish of a caretaker is to be taken care of. And actually taking care of others does not lead to people taking care of you. So caretakers are the nicest people you'll ever meet, but they get themselves into a lot of trouble in romantic relationships. And I call myself a recovering caretaker at best, because I learned a lot about love, but not as much about respect. And love without respect dies. So that's really where it was hitting me hard, is I was really good at love. I wasn't so good at respect. And I think a lot of women struggle with that.
That's so true. I mean, I just want to reiterate a couple of things that you said. So powerful about the caretaking doesn't necessarily bring others to care for you.
No.
And to really be checking in about respect and where those lines are being drawn, both with your own care and receiving. I think receiving is part of that too. I don't know if you would agree. Yeah, we have to be willing to receive. and
I was absolutely terrible at that, by the way, as most caretakers are. I was only at my best when I was giving.
Yep, because we can build that muscle really well.
Well, but unfortunately, what does it attract?
Exactly.
It doesn't attract someone who wants to give to you.
Exactly. So part of the work you do, it sounds like, is you really help kind of bring that into balance for others so they are empowered as they're going out into the world and are able to receive. Is that correct?
Yes, a lot of the work I do with women in particular is teaching them that respect is not negotiable, and love is great, love is dandy, but you have to command respect, or unfortunately, human nature, the psychology part of me, human nature is such that there will be exploitation. So to be a lot like your pause, being true to yourself and checking in, does this sit well with me? Who am I? What do I need? As opposed to, I can't live if living is without you, which was the old way, we learned, is we're going to grow up, fall in love, and someone's going to take care of us. Not exactly. So my work is really teaching women to not fall into these traps, and it changes their lives. I mean, I've been with the same man throughout this whole journey, and the relationship is completely transformed as I transformed.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And when you're helping people step into their best life ever, so in their relationship with themselves and relationships with others, what do you find is an area that they get stuck? I don't know if it's in addition to what you've shared or if it's expanding on what you've shared, but are there some consistent ways you see them getting stuck, and how can they get unstuck?
Great question. And I coined an expression a few years ago. It's called the Riche equation, based on me. And it is the love that you receive is directly proportional to the love you give yourself. So let me just explain. If you're not loving yourself and you're hoping that someone's going to come along and love you, they're going to love you as much as you love yourself. So if you are a caretaker, for example, you tend to neglect yourself. I can easily neglect myself, take on too many patients, forget about time for myself. If I do that, the energy around me right away changes to, that's what I'm going to draw in, is someone who neglects me. So our relationship with ourselves determines our relationship with everybody. And I repeat, the secret wish of a caretaker is to be taken care of. So it's not going to get you what you need.
Beautiful. I want everyone to pause and take that in, because there's two things in that. Well, there's a lot of things, but there are two things that really stood out to me as you were sharing around where we're getting stuck in this. One is that we might be causing continual neglect in our lives by others, but we also have the solution in our hands.
Which is empowering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really leaning into that, this is a great moment, listeners, to just pause and check in. If you're feeling neglected, are you feeling respected? Are you feeling empowered or not? And if not, I want to encourage you during our next commercial break to maybe breathe into that and see, how can I help myself feel more this way? What action can I take today to empower me, to nourish me, to move more towards how I want to be in these relationships and what I want echoed out and back to me and out into the world? Wonderful. Now, Sandra, I know you have put together an amazing gift, and I wanted to give you a moment to share about it with us today.
Sure. Well, a couple of years ago, we wrote a book on this topic. It's called Once Upon a Time, How Cinderella Grew Up and Became a Happy, Empowered Woman. And the book became a bestseller the same day it came out, which was really exciting because it's resonated with so many women. So the gift I'm giving your listeners is a chapter from the book on the dangers of caretaking, exactly what we're talking about. So the chapter will allow people to have a checklist to make sure that that kindness is not confused with caretaking, because they are not the same thing. So by the end of the chapter, they'll know if they're falling into the trap or not.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for making this available. And listeners, I want you to know Sandra and Linda didn't know that that they were both giving a chapter of their books to you. So I love how things line up. Here are two.
Synchronicity.
Exactly. Two beautiful chapters to really support you in your life. Being able to check in and see where you're falling in leadership and your vision, see where you're falling in caretaking and nourishment, and are you really building an empowered life? I love that they both had this on their heart to bring to you. I promised that I would let you know how to find these amazing gifts. So I'm going to do that as we get ready to go to our next break. You simply go to radiogifts.net. That's plural because it's multiple gifts and it's like a net of gifts. So radiogifts.net. And you'll scroll down to today's date, which is May 31st. That's when we have the live broadcast of the show. And you'll see Sandra's picture and you'll see Linda's picture and descriptions of their gifts. I encourage you to lean into those that will serve you. Take advantage of this opportunity to nourish you and get support and read these powerful chapters. You'll enter in your name and email address so we can stay in touch, and then you simply select the gifts that will serve and support you. You'll also see when you open up the page some gifts from me, some ebooks as well to serve and support you on your journey. So as we go into our next commercial break, I encourage you to sit with the information we shared, lean into those gifts, and make sure you join us for the exciting closing segments as we share powerful tips and tools for you to powerfully bring you forward in the world. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
The Ugly Awkward Dance Show is designed to help you move through those ugly, awkward, and uncomfortable life experiences. You know what we're talking about. Did you know that each challenge brings a gift? Once you figured that out, even the toughest challenge almost becomes fun. Each program includes engaging guests who talk about what they've overcome, as well as a mindful movement exercise to help you move through your emotional blocks. Yes, there will be awkward dancing too. Visit theuglyawkwarddanceshow.com.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took advantage of that pause that you had to say yes to those gifts, real time, that will serve and support you. 2 powerful chapters to help you do a check-in, gain some additional perspective and tools, as well as move forward with that information. Because my goodness, if we can figure out where we're at, we have that vision of where we want to go, then we can start making decisions, and when we pause and check in to move closer to who we want to be and where we want to go. So I encourage you to really take advantage of the opportunities to help you do that. Bring that practice into your life. And what's really been laid on my heart as we've had this conversation together today and talking with Sandra and talking with Linda is there's an urgency to you saying yes to you. That this is not a dress rehearsal. This is your life. And it absolutely matters. You make a profound difference. And the more of you with your gifts and talents and abilities we can bring to the world, the richer the experience is for you and for all of us. That is my heart in why we have this show, why we bring these gifts and tools and experts to you, because I want you to shine. I want you to bring you forward, because no one else can do it for you. You have to be willing. And so I hope you have gained tools and tips and insights today to help you step forward. I encourage you to lean into those gifts. And in that mindset and perspective that we've been building throughout our conversation today, I asked both Sandra and Linda to share some final tips or thoughts from their vast experience and expertise to empower and equip you as you go back out into the world. I want you to take things with you to move forward in areas that matter to you in life. So with that, Sandra, I wanted to hand the floor over to you and see what was laid upon your heart that you wanted to share with our listeners as they are going forth in the world.
Thank you, Rebecca. I think this whole show has been incredibly empowering, and I think that's very dear to my heart, is the way you tell people to shine. I think part of the journey to shine is to be true to yourself, and so the old saying, "To thyself be true," and that requires a certain level of honesty, even when the truth is not pretty. It's okay. I have a radio show called Straight Talk with Sandra on the Health Channel of Voice America, and that's why I called it that. Is I think we have to straight talk with ourselves, even when it's not pretty and we're afraid of what it means. Because when we're true to ourselves, we build something that is called in psychology resilience. And resilience is the greatest gift you can have, because if I offered you happiness or resiliency, think about it. Happiness can come and go. Resiliency is forever. It's the ability to weather the storms and to say, okay, what can I learn from this situation? So I guess my tip really is, check in with self, which you've been talking a lot about, and be true to yourself. Straight talk with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. If you don't want to do something, instead of judging, give yourself permission to say, I don't want to do this. And then now what? Where do we go to from there? Because until I was able to tell myself the truth, nothing changed. And the moment I told myself the truth, whether it was good or bad, pretty or ugly, everything changed. So I think we have to really consider that in the journey of empowerment and the journey to shine, Rebecca.
Beautiful share. Thank you very much. Really being straight with ourselves, honest, transparent, and checking in, because I think sometimes we don't always know how we feel about things. We just kind of go in automatic. So really developing that sensitivity and learning where we are in things, and then choosing those things that are in alignment with us. Beautifully shared. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Linda, how about you? Did you have something on your heart to share with us as we go back out into the world?
Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, actually, it is around vision, and it's about relationships. And Sandra, thank you so much for your beautiful segment on that.
Thank you.
One of the things I want to share and a tip is to share your vision with others. If you don't, you hide it, then how can others help you with it? And how can you develop really deep relationships with other people if they don't know where you're going, so that they can help you and so that they can be part of the journey with you as well? And I think that's really critical, is to have those deep relationship conversations with the people who matter in your life, so that they can see the vision you see and help you to envision it and make it happen.
I love that, because I think sometimes we can forget our vision, or when those challenges happen. So how powerful to have shared it along the way, and people can remind us in case a cloud cover comes over and we forget for a moment and we're not seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, to really have others feed into our vision and support us as well. So what a beautiful share. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I believe, again, that urgency, that it is so important that we move forward, that we take action today. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We have now. So I encourage you, take one thing with you from the show today and start applying it in your life. And what was additionally placed on my heart, as you, Linda, and you, Sandra, were sharing with me and with all of us, your final parting tips and wisdom, is that we really need to be willing to be seen on the same level we are called to serve. So many of us, especially if we fall into a service arena, we have a big calling to make a positive difference in the world, can wait for someone to discover us. We can wait for someone to figure out how we can change the world, how we can make their life better. But we have to lead the charge. We have to be willing to let people know, this is my vision. This is where I'm going. This is how I'm called to touch the world. We need to stop being the best kept secrets out there and really let people know who we are, what we stand for, what we care about, what our vision is, and let them serve and support us in bringing that forward. It's not a solo journey. But if people don't know, they can't support you and where you're going. And you've got to be willing to lead the charge, really believe in what you are called to bring forward. So lean into those tools and resources that can serve and support you on your journey, because no one else can take the path and the journey that you are called to bring forth in life. So we are breathing in support and energy to you as we lean into you. We celebrate and support you as you go back out into the world, equipped, empowered, and ready to serve. And wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. We look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Griter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.
Thanks again for listening to the preceding program, brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the preceding program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.